Did they intentionally trick millennial women by telling us as kids we could be anything we want when we grow up? Only to now turn around and be like, get back to the kitchen, wench. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that, right? So, starting in the 70s, American women began entering the full time workforce in increasing numbers. This coincided with a law in 1974 that gave women the right to have independent bank accounts. Before that, they would need a male relative to co sign and co control. So, that combined with other feminist victories enabled women to pursue higher education, careers, and establish independent social lives for like the first time. By the early 2000s, women comprised about 51% of the workforce, and it's remained that way ever since. So women's participation was peaking as millennials were kids, right? Girl power. But all of these developments meant that men needed to step up in the home to offset some of the domestic labor so that, women could have independent lives and a home life. And men have firmly, like, as a whole, been like, nah, dog, you do everything. And that's caused a mismatch in expectations. A UN analysis found that despite making up 50% of the full-time workforce, American women still perform 80% of unpaid domestic labor and like child rearing and elderly care, like all of that cooperative care work. Women are doing 80% of it, which, fun fact, contributes over $3.6 trillion of value to the economy every single year, but is not counted or reflected in GDP or social security benefits or anything like that. So women are fed up with it and choosing to not partner or remain with men that won't like pull their own share at home. So this is pissing men off, and it's a problem when they can't access our labor, and it's a problem when there's not a woman in the house to like cajole his like dysfunction, right? To be the shock absorbers for his dysfunction so that she handles it privately and it doesn't become a social issue as it is now with, so many extraneous young men. I shouldn't have said young men. They're all doing it. So all of this backlash is about coercing women back into a traditional role that like no longer really available, right? It's all to ensure men don't have to change, but it is absolutely unrealistic. Like if our economy for at least 25 years has been built on at least half of it being full-time women's participation, like you're not going to just be able to push women out. Like that's not realistic. But our leaders who are all about like Blanco power, they're like too crazed to like reasonably see that because their big thing is they want to shut down all immigration. So they're like increase domestic birth control, especially amongst birth rates, So all these coercive actions are about ensuring men don't have to change and trying to coerce women back into a traditional role that it's not going to happen. It's just going to further decrease the birth rate, right? But good question.